Tropical Storm Erin is churning far out in the Atlantic Ocean today, a powerful and organized system that has every meteorologist's full attention. As of this morning, August 12, 2025, Erin is located hundreds of miles east of the Lesser Antilles. Its forward speed is around 15 to 20 miles per hour, which is actually a brisk pace for a developing storm, dictating how much time communities have to prepare. The storm is already showing signs of impressive organization, with a well-defined center of circulation. Its maximum sustained winds are hovering near 70 miles per hour, just shy of the 74 mile per hour threshold that would officially make it a Category 1 hurricane. Tropical storm force winds extend outward for over 100 miles from its center, creating a vast area of rough seas and gusty conditions. You've probably seen us on the news pointing to a screen filled with what looks like a colorful plate of spaghetti. These are called spaghetti models, and they are one of the most crucial tools we use to forecast a storm's potential path. Each one of those individual lines represents a different computer model's prediction for where the center of the storm will go over the next several days. Some models, like the American GFS and European ECMWF models, are global systems that look at the entire atmosphere. Others are more specialized, focusing on specific variables that influence hurricane tracks. When the lines are tightly clustered together, it gives us high confidence in the forecast track. When they spread far apart, it signifies a great deal of uncertainty. The official forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center is based on an analysis of these models and historical forecast errors, representing the most likely area the storm center will travel. As Erin continues its journey across the Atlantic, you will see these models shift and change with every new update, ingesting new, real-time data to refine their predictions. The primary factor fueling this intensification is the incredibly warm water of the Atlantic Ocean. Sea surface temperatures in Erin's path are currently in the mid to upper 80s Fahrenheit. Hurricanes are essentially heat engines. They draw their energy from this warm, moist air over the ocean. Water temperatures above 80 degrees Fahrenheit provide the high-octane fuel needed for rapid organization. Another critical element is the lack of wind shear. Right now, Erin is in a bubble of very low shear, creating a tranquil environment that allows it to build its structure unimpeded. We are watching for the development of a distinct eye on satellite imagery. The formation of an eye is a clear sign that a storm is becoming better organized and more powerful. This calm aloft lets the storm stack itself vertically, from the ocean surface high into the atmosphere, allowing heat and moisture to be vented efficiently. Forecasters at the National Hurricane Center expect Erin to cross the hurricane threshold within the next 24 to 48 hours, with all necessary ingredients falling into place. The question on everyone's mind is Erin coming here? Right now, it is simply too early to say with certainty whether the U.S. East Coast will face a direct impact from this storm. The long-range forecast tracks show a range of possibilities. Some models curve Erin out to sea, missing the United States entirely. Others show a track that brings a potentially strong hurricane dangerously close to the coastline. The key player in this high-stakes atmospheric chess game is the Bermuda High. If this high-pressure system remains strong, it will steer Erin toward the Bahamas and southeastern U.S. coast. This is why the National Hurricane Center issues the Cone of Uncertainty. This cone represents the probable track of the storm's center, and it gets wider the further out in time the forecast goes. It is critical to remember that impacts, like heavy rain, coastal flooding, high surf, and gusty winds, can and often do occur well outside of this cone. For now, the entire U.S. East Coast is in a state of heightened awareness. This is not the time to panic, but it is absolutely the time to prepare. For anyone planning a beach vacation or living along the coast, even if the storm center remains hundreds of miles offshore, the impacts can still be significant and dangerous through high surf and rip currents. These conditions lead to a high risk of life-threatening rip currents. Always obey beach flags and lifeguard warnings, and if there's a red flag, stay out of the water. If you are visiting a coastal area, your safety plan needs to be solid. Know your evacuation zone and have a clear plan for where you will go if an evacuation is ordered. Before the storm approaches, make sure your car has a full tank of gas and you have a go kit ready with essentials like water, non-perishable food, medications, and a flashlight. For residents in coastal communities, now is the time to prepare your home. Secure any loose items in your yard, as these can become dangerous projectiles in high winds. Communication is key during any storm event. Make sure your cell phones are fully charged. and have a battery-powered NOAA weather radio to receive emergency alerts. One of the hardest parts of my job as a meteorologist is communicating uncertainty. While our forecasting technology has improved immensely, predicting the exact track and intensity of a hurricane several days in advance remains one of the greatest challenges in science. The atmosphere is a chaotic system, and a small, undetectable error in our initial measurements can grow into a massive forecast discrepancy. This is often called the butterfly effect. The cone is based on historical errors, showing that the center of the storm will stay within its bounds about 2/3 of the time. That means there is a 1 in 3 chance the storm could track outside the cone entirely. This uncertainty is precisely why we must remain vigilant and not let our guard down. Your preparation should be based on the reasonable worst-case scenario, not the best-case one. Being prepared is the one thing you can control in an uncertain situation. It empowers you and your family to face the storm safely, regardless of its final track and intensity. The key is to use this time of uncertainty wisely. Don't wait for the forecast to be perfect because it never will be. Use these early warnings to get ready. Long before Erin became a threat to the Western Hemisphere, it began its life as a tropical wave off the coast of Africa. As it organized and gained strength, its first point of impact was the Cabo Verde Islands. Even in its formative stages as a developing tropical storm, Erin delivered a significant blow to the southern islands of the chain, unleashing torrential rainfall and leading to widespread flash flooding. Reports from the region describe streets turning into raging rivers, with floodwaters inundating homes and businesses. This is a stark reminder that a storm does not need to be a major hurricane to have devastating consequences. The events in the Cabo Verde Islands highlight a crucial aspect of tropical cyclones. Water is often the biggest threat. While we tend to focus on wind speeds, it is the water that is responsible for the vast majority of fatalities. Erin demonstrated its capacity for producing extreme rainfall early in its life cycle. As the storm continues to strengthen and gather more moisture over the warm Atlantic, its potential to produce catastrophic flooding will only increase. What happened in Cabo Verde should be seen as a preview of what could happen on a larger scale if Erin makes landfall as a stronger storm. We have seen the warning signs, and we must heed them. As we stand here today watching Tropical Storm Erin gather strength over the open Atlantic, the most important message is one of calm, vigilant preparation. The threat to the U.S. East Coast is real, but it is not yet certain. Your first step should be to assemble or restock your hurricane kit. This kit should contain enough non-perishable food, water, and medications to last for at least 3 to 5 days. The second crucial step is to stay informed through reliable sources. Tune into your local news, follow updates from the National Hurricane Center, and listen to your local emergency management officials. Finally, remember that we are all in this together. Check on your neighbors, especially those who may be elderly, disabled, or live alone. A strong community is a resilient community. While the path of Erin remains uncertain, our resolve to be prepared should be absolute. We have the time, we have the tools, and we have the knowledge to face this threat safely. Over the next few days, we will watch, we will wait, and we will prepare. Stay safe and stay tuned for the very latest updates.